everybody, welcome to Tween Tuesday. I'm Miss Cindy. Last week I showed you guys how to make a homemade salt dough, and I told you that it was part one of a two-part kind of Tween Tuesday special. Part two today is where I'm going to teach you how to make that clay and use it to make a claymation movie. So let's get going. Okay, so we are going to get started. I am using Zing Studio 1.0. I find it's a really easy app to use and it's free. It's available for both Android and Apple, so you can pretty much use it on your device, phone, iPad, tablet, whatever. You can use another app. There are lots and lots of other stop motion apps out there. This is just the one that I would recommend. It's pretty user friendly, and again, you can't beat free. So the very first thing we're going to do is hit Create Movie. From there, it'll take you to video mode, and you're able to see through my camera. So what I've got right now is what I call a light box. It is pretty much just kind of a plastic box with lights in it that I use to take pictures. Lighting is really important when you're taking pictures or doing videos, so you want to make sure that you have nice bright lights. If you have like a table lamp, or if you can do it outside, you can get really good light for your videos. But if not, you know, practice it and then work on the lighting later. There's really no wrong way to do it. First, I'm going to adjust my phone so that it's a nice distance away. Trying to figure out kind of where I want the angle to be. I'm using just like a regular phone stand for this. You can use a tablet stand, a phone stand. You can either make one out of cardboard. It's really easy. Or if you have like a pop socket, anything like that. So I think I'm going to do this. Now, it's important that once you have your camera where you want it, you have enough room to make changes without moving the camera. If you move the camera, it is going to ruin the illusion a little bit of the stop motion unless you move it in a very deliberate way. So I would always suggest starting without moving the camera. It makes everything a lot simpler. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first piece of clay and put it right here. That's where I want it, so I'm going to hit this red photograph button at the bottom. Takes a picture. Up at the top, you'll see that it's got a number. Before it was 100, now it's 101. So you can keep track of how many. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a little bit of a shadow of where the ball used to be before. This is the app helping you keep track of where it was before. So if you take it out, move it, mold it into a different shape, you can put it back where it was. I find this really, really helpful. Let's put it back where it was before, except now it's a little flatter. And I'm going to take another picture. And now it's going to be even flatter. I'm trying not to move it too much either, so it stays in the same spot. You can take as many of these as you want or as little. Obviously, more of them means that the movie will be longer, but there are little adjustments you can make too. Perfect. Alright, so what my video is going to be is I'm just making a simple pizza. So that's kind of the story that I'm telling. You don't really have to tell a story. You can really just do almost anything with this. And it's really, really easy to do once you get the hang of it. So you can just try out all the ideas that you might have. All right, that is my last frame. It was a long time, but it's pretty easy once you get into a groove of it. So now we're gonna hit this button up here on the top right, the go forward arrow, to save it. You see my movie has been saved. Hit OK. Okay, so now here at this screen, this shows you what all the frames are the picture. So each frame is one picture that you took. This is all the frames that I took. Here, you can do anything that you want. Let's say you had one weird frame that like didn't go for whatever reason. You highlight it in red and click it. You can move it. You say, oh, it will be better at the beginning, or another one of these, or just delete it for whatever reason. But you can kind of see how it's gonna go if you scroll forward. See, that's the whole thing. So up top, the settings wheel, you can change the speed. 1 frame per second means it's going to show you 1 picture per second. Usually 12 frames per second is pretty good, but play around with it, see how it works. So I'm going to go back. Let's say all my frames look good. Now I just want to see the whole movie. You hit play down here, and you can watch it go. Now I want it to be, let's say, slower, so I'm going to pause it and then go back to settings. If you look up here where the green is, the loop sequence has been turned on, which means it's going to go back over and over again. It's going to loop. You can turn it off so that it starts and then stops and doesn't go back to the beginning, but I like to loop it. So I want to make it just a little bit slower, so I'm going to say 8 frames per second now. Let's try again. I think that looks good, but now I think that I want the end to linger a little longer. So I'm going to copy it here, and I'm going to paste it here. So now this will be, and I can do the same, copy, and then paste it here. So now the yum part will be there for longer. So this looks good to me. And whenever you get to the point that you think you are all done, you've finished making all changes, up at the top left, you're going to hit that white back arrow. What you're going to want to do is go here to the gallery, and you can see the movies that you've made before. So it shows me it's 7 seconds long. So I click on it, I can edit it, so I can keep editing it. You can work on it one day and then come back to it later. You don't have to do it all in one go. I can play it again, just because I want to see what it looks like. I can save it, and that is where the important part comes in. Yes, you can save it, and this is all depending on what you'd like. I'm going to save mine in full HD, but it does not take too long because it's not a very long video. This is 7 seconds long, as you saw. So it's going to take probably less than 10 seconds to save. All done. And there you have it. That is how you use an app on your phone or tablet to make a stop motion claymation movie. Okay guys, that is all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned how to do something new. If you do make the stop motion claymation video or anything from Cooking with Miss Cindy or Tween Tuesday, please send it to me at this address right here. I would really love to see the things that you're working on. So until next week, happy crafting. Bye.